Hi everybody, welcome to episode 103 of the TV Knitting Podcast. I'm recording a little earlier this week. It is Saturday, February 27th. Almost ready to start spring, which I'm pretty excited. March is literally right around the corner, so it's pretty cool. For those of you who don't know me, I'll introduce myself. My name is Sharon, and I'm also known as Stitch Mistress pretty much everywhere on the internet. And on Instagram, I am TV Knitting Stitch Mistress. So follow me over there. Instagram's a lot of fun. I post pictures. Many wonderful knitters post pictures over there. And yeah, join the party. We have a great time on Instagram. So without further ado, I'm going to get started and I'm going to do the giveaway. So as promised, I am doing a 500 plus YouTube subscriber giveaway. I have about 575 viewers or subscribers right now on YouTube. So when we get to 1,000, I'll have another giveaway, but let's do this one now. So if you don't win anything today, I'm leaving the thread open, and when I reach 1,000 members, I'll do another giveaway from that thread. So you always have a chance to win. Alright, so here's the giveaway for today. I had 142 entries in my group. You did not have to be a member of the group to win. And I used random number generator just before I recorded, and I chose 6 numbers. There are 6 prizes. So the first prize I'm giving away is yarn from my local yarn shop, my LYS, and yeah, all of the yarn actually that I'm giving away comes from that shop, and it's not indie dyed yarn. However, she has some beautiful yarns in that shop in some gorgeous colors. So I tried to pick a variety of colors, although I tend not to go really for fall type colors. So if you like that, yeah, it's mostly reds and blues and pinks and things like that. But here's the first one. This is a beautiful skein of fingering yarn. It is by Ella Rae. It's Ella Rae Lace Merino, one of my absolute favorite yarns to knit with. It is 100% extra fine merino, and it's made in Italy. It is lovely and it is soft, and I have made several shawls out of this, and I think you'll be very pleased. You can make socks out of it, but just be aware there's no nylon in this. So I cannot knit socks unless they have nylon because I blow through them really quickly. But this would make a gorgeous shawl yarn, maybe a Martina Bem pattern, some pretty garter stitch. It's beautiful. The winner of the Ella Rae Lace Merino Violet Black colorway, that's what they named this colorway, is post number 104, and that is DB Thomas 05, Deborah from Maryville, Tennessee. Congratulations, Deborah, you have won this beautiful skein. Oh, and by the way, if you win one of these prizes, please contact me on Ravelry to send me a PM, and I will mail your prize right out to you. I'm pretty good about the mail. You will have the prize fairly soon. So, anyway, that's prize number 1. Prize number 2 is one of my favorite yarns, and that is, ooh, look how pretty, Tosh Merino Light. This is the Tart colorway, a very famous color. Lots and lots of projects knit out of this color. I have a gorgeous shawl knit from this, and I saw it the other day and I thought, this is a great prize. People love red. And it's 420 yards, 100% merino wool, and it's a single. So not so much for socks. I mean, you can knit socks out of it, but it probably wouldn't last very long. But it's great shawl yarn. I love it for shawls. Drapes beautifully. So the winner of this beautiful Tosh Merino Light in Tart is number 46, and her name is Try Linda. Linda from Southampton, PA. So congratulations, Linda. PM me on Ravelry and I'll get your prize out to you. Okay, here's another one of my favorite yarns. This is really beautiful. I fell in love with this yarn. This is Madeline Tosh DK, the heavier version. And the color isn't quite showing up as beautiful as it is in real life. Looks a little dark here today. But this yarn, it's just beautiful. It has these beautiful teal shots in it, and it's gorgeous. And I have a sweater out of this. This is actually a leftover from a sweater that I knit. I love the sweater. And this would make a great hat. It would make great leg warmers. Cowl. You can make some great things from this. I made a cowl out of this base. It came out great. So this beautiful yarn, it is the DK weight. It is the colorway Cousteau, which is after Jacques Cousteau, I assume. These deep blues. Winner of this yarn is number 90, RDH Knitter, and that is Carol from Brentwood, New York. Congratulations, Carol. Okay. Fourth skein. This is what I am knitting my leg warmers out of. If you want to see it knit, I'll show them to you right now. They're coming out fantastic. I absolutely love how they're coming out. So that's knit out of this yarn. This is Malabrigo Rios in the Plomo colorway. I love this color. I said last week I would love a sweater out of it. But yeah, if you want to make some great leg warmers or a hat or a cowl, anything. I mean, this is wonderful. Mittens. This would make beautiful mittens. I've actually knit socks out of this. They're a little short on me because I have big feet. But yeah, this is great versatile yarn. And it is 210 yards. It is pure merino superwash. And the winner of the Malabrigo Rios, and my absolute favorite colorway from that line, is number 61, L. Woolery Linda from Turner. And I don't know what state Turner is in. It's somewhere in the United States. But congratulations, Linda. You've won this beautiful skein of Plomo in Malabrigo Rios. And the very last yarn prize that I'm giving away is Juniper Moon Moonshine yarn. And that is what I am knitting my sweater from Joji Locatelli out of. And it's a beautiful shade of pink. It actually looks a little more red here, but it's really a pink, a dark pink. It's pretty. It's beautiful. And it is 100 grams, 197 yards, would make a beautiful hat or leg warmers or cowl. And the winner of this beautiful yarn is number 70, and that is Grand Knit Charlene from Murphy's, California. So congratulations, Charlene. PM me and I will get this out to you. Okay, so the grand prize for this giveaway is the Loopy U gift card, or actually a gift certificate. And if you win this prize, just PM me and tell me whether you want me to have Sherry mail you the gift certificate or whether you want me to have her email it to you. I was just checking on her website today and she can do either one. Okay, so the winner of the grand prize, which is the Loopy U gift card, is number 63, and that is Sue B. Knitter. Sue from Houston, PA. So congratulations, Sue. You've won a $50 gift certificate from the Loopy U. So congratulations, everybody who won. And again, if you didn't win, just hold on. I'm going to have another giveaway when I reach 1,000 subscribers. And I'll probably have another $50 gift certificate from the Loopy U. And I'm also going to throw in some hand spun by me from something in my stash. And you just let me know how you want me to spin it, and I'll do that for you. So that's going to be the prize for 1,000 members. All right, so that's it for the giveaway, and that's always fun to do. Okay, so let's get right into what I've been working on this week. I do not have any finished objects this week because this was the week of casting on. So as I showed you during the giveaway section, I cast on these leg warmers, and the pattern is Paved by Tin Can Knits, and that is from Plomo by Malabrigo and Malabrigo Rios. And yeah, it's a great knit. I knit them in the car. I didn't really knit on socks this week. I knit on these instead in the car. And yeah, this is 4 days of car knitting. So I'm almost done with the first one. I just have the ribbing to do. And fantastic project. Love it. I'd probably be finished with one if I would read the directions on the pattern. I stopped with the wrong row and I had to rip back a little, but that's okay. No big deal. So the next project I started is the Way Shawl by Joji Locatelli. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not really sure, but I adore this pattern. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And I am using Plucky Knitter, and I knit this week with the Wintry Mix. No, not Wintry Mix. I can't think of the colorway name right now. But it is a beautiful off-white, blue-white color. And I got the first section done. And it was a lot of fun knitting that first section. This section right here. And it's knit in a triangle style, so I like that. And now I have just started the lace pattern, the mesh. And yeah, I did a lot of ripping with this because it's a mesh pattern with short rows and it's written directions, which I have trouble with. So I thought I had it and it was going well, and I got, well, you can see, I got whatever I ripped out here done. And I realized I zigged where I should have zagged and it wasn't lining up right. So yeah, I ripped this out about 6 times before I got this going. So hopefully, this is now the setup rows are done, and hopefully I've got it now and I can just go and get this mesh finished. So when I finish with the mesh section, then you start a stripe section. And I also had a little yarn snafu this week. Yeah. No fault of my ball winder or my Swift. It's the fault of whoever wound this yarn in the factory or the barn or wherever they make it. Yeah, it's, you know how you get those skeins and they're unwinding fine and then they're tangled? That was one of these. And I don't want to cut it. So I have a little bit of a mess to sort. But I just haven't had time to do it, but I better get going today because I should be starting with this color soon. So yeah, this color is putty in my hands, and it's a really beautiful color. By the way, this color is called Silver Lining. The third color will be this gorgeous navy, and this is Blue Bayou. And this project is generally made out of an MCN merino cashmere nylon blend but this one is just merino cashmere. So, yum, merino cashmere. And oh, speaking of the yarn, love knitting this. It just is soft and lovely, and it glides on your needles, and I just am really enjoying this yarn. It's just decadent. I'm really loving knitting this up. So if you get a chance to get some Plucky Knitter yarn, highly recommend. Very, very, very nice. Very nice. Worth the money. It's not like a lot for a skein. It's it's a skein of fingering. It's about right. The price is right. Okay, something else I've been working on. So I needed needles. I needed size 5s for this. And I wanted to start it in a shorter 24 size. So my 24s were on another project. So I knit a row on the project to get the needles out, and then I'm like, I'm really enjoying this project. So I decided that I'm going to work on it, and I'm doing 2 rows a day. And it's a lace project in lace weight yarn. And I figure if I do 2 rows a day, I should finish it by stash dash by May sometime. And the project is Peace Blossom. And this pattern is by Boo Knits, and she just writes a lovely pattern. And the yarn is Woolen Vine Yarns in her lace base. It's a lace silk base. And the colorway is Angry Orchard. And I'm loving it. I started it in the fall, and I kind of put it to the side when I wanted to finish my sweater. But I'm back to knitting it again, and it's beautiful. Very, very happy with it. So, like I said, I'm knitting 2 rows a day, a right side and a wrong side, and I should get that finished fairly quickly. Okay, project number 3. This is Big Old Coat by Joji Locatelli. I am definitely in a Joji mood. And I am loving this project. Haven't gotten very far because this is my nighttime knitting, and by the time I've been getting done with everything I wanted to get done and doing a little spinning at night, I only have an hour left. So I just did the back of the collar, not much. About 8 inches of knitting. So you start with the back of the collar. I cast on a provisional cast on here, and then knit this side, put it on waste yarn, and now this side. So the collar, it goes around the back of the neck and will come down. And so now I'm ready to pick up the stitches for the back, which I'm pretty excited about. And last night at 10:30 at night, I was ready to start the back and didn't have any yarn wound. And I was not coming upstairs to wind yarn at 10:30 at night, so I worked on something else. But this will just be a slow, long time project. It's pretty much past the time where you wear a big, heavy coat now anyway, so next winter. So those are my 4 main projects that I've been working on this week. Alright, I'm not going to show you my mini skein blankets. I worked a little bit on them, but I'm not going to show them to you this week. I'll show you the finished square when it's done. And my Cozy Memories blanket, I had to do a little ripping because I wasn't happy with something, and I had to order new needles. So yeah, I'll talk about more about that next week. Spinning. Alright, so I did some, I wouldn't call it sampling. Well, I started sampling, but I was playing with my fleece fiber, and this is a fleece that I got at Connecticut Sheep and Wool in April of 2015, so about a year ago I bought the fleece. I sent it out to Morrow Fleece Works to have processed, and it is a Romney. So it's a longer staple, and I showed you last week it's got about a 6-inch staple. So I'm trying to decide how to spin this, and I want to make a worsted weight sweater, worsted to Aran weight sweater out of it. So I'm thinking I really want to try a 4-ply. So I was just playing with spinning some of it up to see how it spins. And I told you last week that my matchless, I decided to put it back into double drive, so I did that this week. I tied a double drive band onto her. Actually, I sewed it on. And she's very happy. And she is spinning like crazy. She likes being in double drive much better than she does in Scotch tension. And I have to get used to it because I feel like I don't have as much control, but I'm getting there, and I'm liking spinning in double drive. I enjoy it. So this is what I did just to play around. This is a Navajo ply because I was too lazy to do 3 bobbins and then ply together for a 3-ply. And it's very, well, it's lost some of its energy, but when I Navajo plied it, I kind of over twisted it a little bit. So I should explain to you that Navajo plying means that you are doing a 3-ply from one strand of a single. So you are taking one strand and you're kind of looping it almost like a crochet loop, people describe it as, and you're turning it into 3. So this was actually, I felt, a little on the thin side, kind of sparse. I mean, it's, you know, it's not really all that thick. So I decided to go on the other end of the spectrum and spin a thicker yarn, and I came up with this, which is not suitable for my sweater, but it kind of gave me an idea of what the fiber would do if I spun it thick. So yeah, that looks pretty good, but it's too thick for the sweater. This is a bulky, and this, according to the wraps per inch gauge, is supposedly a worsted. This doesn't look like a worsted to me. It really doesn't, and it just feels kind of flimsy for a sweater. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a 4-ply. And I've looked up information on the internet, and I looked up information in my books that I have on spinning, and there wasn't a lot of information about a 4-ply. There was a lot of information about a 3-ply, but from what I could glean, what you do for a 4-ply is, say I wanted a wraps per inch of 10, which would give me a worsted to Aran weight yarn. My single would have to be then 40 wraps per inch because it's 4 plies. It would be 4 plies, and then divided by 4 is the 10. So I'm going to try that. I'm spinning a single now, and it's probably not quite a 40 rep per inch, which is like a lace weight. It might be a little heavier than that. But this fiber is not really dense or substantial like the fiber I was spinning for my last sweater. That was very, very dense. And my single did not have to be, no, my single had to be very thin for a 3-ply for that one because it was so dense. So I'm going to see. I think it depends on the fiber. I think you just have to sample and just see what you like. So we'll try that. So that's it for spinning. This is very next to skin soft, both skeins. And I think it's going to make a great sweater. I'm thinking of doing the Miranda sweater. And it's a short sleeve, tunic length, maybe not quite as long as a tunic length, with cables in the front. And it's super cute. And it's been done in hand spun. It looks really awesome. So that's the plan. We will see how that goes. Next up is unwrapped. And I have to be truthful with you. I don't know if you've noticed in the last 5 minutes or so, the lighting looks a little different, and maybe the setup of the camera looks a little different. I actually had to record part of this on Sunday, the next day. So this is Sharon from the future. So I actually unwrapped this next item on camera, but my camera ate it yesterday. When I was editing, it was just missing. So I don't know what happened to it. Anyway, so I'll show it to you now. I did unwrap it on camera. It's awesome. It is a Corriedale fiber from Quillen Fiber Arts. The colorway is Owls. And I think it totally looks like owl colors. I love it. Now, why did I get this? You might wonder. Why did I get this particular colorway? Why am I spinning Corriedale? I got this because I saw that Joanna Spring from the Knit Spin Farm podcast had spun this up into sock yarn. And she said how wonderful it was. And what she does is that she splits the braid in half. She spins 1/2 as a true 3-ply, so she gets lots of barber pulling. And she spins the other half Navajo plied. And when you do that, like I just said, you're just spinning one continuous single, and you don't get much barber pulling. You just get these colors runs. So you have 2 skeins of the same color, but they're very different. One is very mottled and one is not. So what she did, she spun this up, and then in that way, and then she gave the skeins to Susan B. Anderson as a gift. And Susan spun this yarn and shared it on Instagram, or spun the yarn, sorry. Susan knitted the yarn and shared the pictures on Instagram, and she knitted beautiful socks. Oh, these socks were just gorgeous. I could not take my eyes off them. They're just beautiful. You should check her feed if you want to see them. And what she did was she striped the 2 skeins. So she had one stripe of a marled and one stripe of the solids, you know, the more contiguous colors. It came out amazing. So I want to do that. And I want to do it with these beautiful colors. And it's funny because Amy Beth from The Fat Squirrel Speaks did the same thing. She said, I want to spin this like Joanna spun it. And she spun the same colorway. And she showed it on her podcast 2 podcasts ago. And I said, well, I can do that. This is available. I can buy that. So I did. And I'm looking forward to spinning this into really cool socks. So that's super exciting. Once I finish my epic lace weight spinning project that I have on the Hansen. This is going to go on my Hansen. So I'm really looking forward to it. Alright, so the next segment, little bit of the unwrapped segment, you will see that I opened something live on the show. Because I'm just going to splice this in between. So back to Sharon from the past. Okay, the next item I have for unwrapped is a yarn purchase. And this purchase is from Knitter's Nightmare Yarn and Fiber. And the dyer is Sadie from Knitter's Nightmare Yarns, and Sadie also has a podcast, the Yarnivore podcast. And I had purchased some yarn from Sadie at SSK 2014, so I wanted to get some more. And she is dyeing again, so she had an update, and I snagged some yarn. So let's see what I got. Ooh. This is Sugar Skull. Actually, as labeled by Sadie, screwed up Sugar Skull. Because it's a misfit. It's either not dyed correctly, it might have a knot in it, but I don't care. I got a little money off of it, and it's super pretty. Such bright colors she does, and really interesting color combinations. So this looks like it has black and purple. It's got a 6 stripe. So black, purple, orange, green, magenta. Ooh, can't wait to knit that up. Very nice. And I also purchased mini skeins because I have to get the mini skeins when there's mini skeins. And ooh, these are fun. They're beautiful. So let's see. Series 3. And she does not specify what colors they are, but they're all self-striping, and they are beautiful. I believe they're self-striping. So here's like a purple and blue and orange one. And this one looks like Sugar Skull. I might give this one away. And then this is black and green. And this one's orange and green and purple. She just has really pretty color sense. So, awesome. That's exciting. Okay, so I'm pretty much finished with the show today. And I wanted to show you I'm wearing my shawl that I showed you last week completed. And I wore this shawl this week and got a lot of compliments on it. And this is the shawl I spun up. It's a hand spun. And it was from a bat from Good Karma Farms. And I did a 3-ply to mix the colors. And I love how it came out. So, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. I wish you happy knitting. Congratulations to all the winners. Have a great week. Cheers.